Have you ever wanted to do service learning abroad? Do you want to experience new cultures? Do you want to see what the world has to offer? KSU has a great study abroad program to study French while completing service learning in Benin, West Africa.
My name is McKinley and I'm a dual enrollment student. I did this trip in mid-May after my senior year in high school. I decided to take the opportunity because I knew I wanted to live in a developing country after college graduation.
My name is Haley and I was a third-year international affairs student when I went on this trip. I was really excited about the opportunity because I know that I want to work with NGOs on sustainable development in the developing world. When we landed, I was really blown away by the difference in architecture in the city. Everything was so much more colorful than I was used to. I was really intrigued by the proximity of nature and the lives of the people here as well. We explored many different parts of Benin and got to see a variety of the different lives that the people lead here.
We stayed at a facility called the Songhai Center, which was a project focused on cultivating sustainability. They have a fully integrated system of sustainability consisting of 3 branches: farm produce, animal production, and pisciculture. They have learned how to maximize production while minimizing waste and utilizing few outside resources. The hotel restaurant that we ate at multiple times only sold produce grown on the premises.
We studied history from our textbook and then visited the locations and actually saw in real life what it was we were learning. Being able to visit the historical landmarks really helped to solidify and understand the significance of the history that we were learning. For example, we got to visit the Temple of Gezo after learning about the history of the kings of Benin. And it was a living history because the locals still make offerings to their deceased king on a weekly basis.
We visited a town completely built on water. The local school children took boats to class, which I thought was extremely interesting. We took a tour on the Black River and saw village women bathing and washing their clothes. We got to visit the largest farmers market in West Africa as well, which people travel from out of the country to come shop at. Near the market was an incredible artisans village where local artists had stalls full of their work. We all purchased cloth to have seamstresses make us clothes as well.
But we didn't just visit landmarks. We got to know the people around us. We spoke to the head of tourism and heard about the 3-year development plan throughout Benin. We also dined with professors and authors and got to learn about the life, culture, and politics of Benin. We went to church one Sunday dressed in traditional garments that were made for us while we were there. We were invited to the front to come and sing for them, and they thanked us profusely for having come to visit.
But the biggest aspect of the trip was the service learning. Before leaving for Benin, we wrote children books knowing we were going to interact with the kids in rural areas. On a day when there was no school, about 300 students came to the library because they knew we were coming. This library was built for the school by Seeds of Knowledge. We got a lot of attention because there aren't a lot of travelers that come to Benin. And there is an earnest yearning to learn. The desire to pursue an education is abundant. This was seen with younger kids in elementary school, but also with older kids in university.
One of the most impactful locations we visited was an orphanage in the city. We brought activities and toys for the kids to learn with while we were there, and we got to do a lot of individual work with this smaller group of kids. We went twice, and working with these kids was so impactful that when we were leaving, many of us were completely overwhelmed by our emotion.
Overall, this trip was a very eye-opening experience. We improved our French language skills by leaps and bounds and got to learn a lot about societies that are different from our own. It was also a very personal experience because it was such a small group of students. We were all so involved in the work that we experienced a lot of personal growth during our time there. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and we would recommend it to everyone. These experiences will stay with you for the rest of your life.